Hi everybody, my name's Robert. You've probably seen some of my other videos on YouTube. They're all exhaust videos from the vehicles I've had in the past, different exhaust types, so on and so forth. But today we're going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to test the fuel rail pressure on my 2003 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland with a 4.7 liter high output V8. Now, I've had a few issues with this vehicle since I purchased it approximately a year and a half ago. I've replaced several things on it, but right now what we're trying to troubleshoot is an issue with idle on warm startup, as well as another issue when it's unloaded from 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. There's a misfire. The computer does not throw a code, but I know something's going wrong in the engine. I've had this exact engine in a vehicle previously and never had that issue. So today we're going to dive into it by starting with checking fuel pressure. Now, this may be out of order from what you would typically do in a diagnostic situation, but at the time I did this, I had new spark plugs on order, and that will be a separate video along with other further videos in determining exactly what is wrong with the vehicle that caused it to do this. So I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Please know that I am not a professional by any means. I'm not trained. This is all stuff I've learned, picked up as I've gone along. So feel free to ask questions. Thank you. Okay, this is going to be a check here on my fuel pressure on my 03 Grand Cherokee Overland with the 4.7 high output. Start. As you can see, there's a lot of movement in the fuel rail as far as variation in pressure, but we're staying around 50 to 53 average, I would say. Which I believe is kind of high. I mean, it doesn't bleed off really any pressure, which would indicate to me that there would be a leak in my check valve. Okay, this is going to be part 2. We're going to try this again. I actually did something this time. I noticed that down here where the test side is located on the fuel rail, there's the coil right here, and on the coil stud is now there's no real good way to show this, is now mounted right there, what looks to be a ground, which is this device right here. That previously was unattached and just flopping around inside the engine compartment. I probably left it off by accident when I did the last, when I changed the plugs the last time, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's already been primed and started just to test, but we'll go through the same motion. You'll notice there's still a lot of variation in it, approximately 3 to 5 pounds, but it is more steady. Instead of varying 10 psi up and down, we've got a 5 psi total variation. So about 52 pounds. I still don't know if that's high. And this time it does seem to be bleeding off just a little bit. Okay, after doing some research, I've determined that the actual fuel rail pressure for a 2002-2003 Jeep Grand Cherokee should be approximately 49.2 psi, plus or minus 5 psi. That's directly from the service manual. So in this case, 51 psi is around what we would be looking for and determining good fuel rail pressure. Now, my only concern is the fluctuation up and down, but I believe that is due in part to the activation of the fuel injectors, creating a shock or a fluctuation in pressure, since typically liquids do not compress. So that would be my only concern. So it does seem that we do have good fuel pressure, and everything does seem to be operating properly on that respect. So until next time, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day.